we have removed the stomach from the cadaver. Now we will discuss the gross features of stomach. This is the cardiac end. This is cardiac end. It is a continuation of esophagus. And this is the pyloric end. This one is the pyloric end. You can see that you can feel this is hard, comparatively harder than the cardiac end because of the presence of sphincter at this site. This is called as pyloric sphincter. This is called as pyloric sphincter. So stomach has two ends, two surfaces and two curvatures. This one is called the cardiac end, which is a continuation of esophagus, and this is called the pyloric end, which continues as duodenum. This is the lesser curvature of stomach. This is the lesser curvature of stomach, to which is attached the lesser omentum, and this is the greater curvature of stomach, to which is attached the greater omentum. So it has two ends, cardiac end, pyloric end, two curvatures, lesser curvature and greater curvature, and two surfaces. This is the anterior-superior surface. This one is the anterior-superior surface, and niche wali surface below is the posterior-inferior surface. So it has two surfaces, two curvatures and two ends. Now the parts of stomach. This is the cardiac area. This is called as cardiac region. This is fundus of stomach, and this is cardiac notch. This is cardiac notch. When you draw a horizontal line from the cardiac notch, this demarcates the fundus of stomach from the body. This is called as the body of stomach. This is the fundus of stomach. Here we have incisura angularis, and a line drawn from incisura angularis demarcates the pyloric antrum from the body of stomach. This is pyloric antrum, this is pyloric canal, and we have the pyloric sphincter at this site. So it has cardiac part, it has fundus, it has body, it has pyloric antrum and pyloric canal and pyloric sphincter. The significance of fundus is it contains air or gas. It appears black on X-rays. When you take a skygram, it appears black just below the left dome of diaphragm. Now we will see the interior of stomach. To view the interior of stomach, we have given an incision on the greater curvature of stomach to show the interior. The interior of stomach, the mucosa, as it has four layers, inside mucosa, then we have submucosa, then we have muscularis and serosa. The mucosa is thrown into folds. You can see these folds. These folds are called as rugae. These folds are called as rugae, and when you see the mucosa, it is a bit velvety in appearance because of the presence of gastric pits. So what is rugae? The mucosa is thrown into folds, irregular folds. This is called as the rugae, and the mucosa along the lesser curvature shows the foldings which are in line with the lesser curvature only, which are in direct alignment with the lesser curvature. जैसा lesser curvature है, इसके साथ साथ the rugae, they are longitudinal here. This is called as canal of Megan-Tracy. This is called as canal of Megan-Tracy. This is the area of lesser curvature only, and it bears maximum insult for the swallowed liquids. The liquids, they pass directly from these canals. This area is more prone to the gastric ulcers. So we have four layers: inside mucosa, then we have submucosa, then we have muscular layer, and outside we have the serosa. Mucosa is thrown into fold called rugae. Along the lesser curvature, rugae are longitudinal, and this area allows the direct passage of the liquids. This area is called as the pyloric region, pyloric sphincter. The circular muscles are thickened at this region to form the pyloric sphincter. So students, this organ is the spleen. It is the largest lymphoid organ. Now the anatomical position of spleen, it is present like this. It is located in our body in the left hypochondrium region. This hole is the anterior pole, and this is the posterior pole. How to differentiate between anterior pole and posterior pole? It is more like a border. This is pole, this is more like a border. Whereas this posterior, it is rounded. This posterior pole is rounded. The anterior pole is directed downwards, forwards and laterally. And this pole is directed upwards, backwards and medially. So it has two poles, three borders and two surfaces. One is anterior pole, this is posterior pole. This one is superior border, this is inferior border. So this is superior border, this is inferior border, and this one is intermediate border. This is intermediate border. It has two surfaces. One is this whole surface between the superior and inferior border. This is the visceral surface, and another surface is this. This is the diaphragmatic surface, which is in contact with three ribs. Which is in contact with three ribs, 9th, 10th and 11th rib. This is the diaphragmatic surface in contact with three ribs, and this is the visceral surface in contact with majority two visceras. This area is for the stomach, for the fundus of stomach. This area is for kidney. So we have a gastric impression here and we have a renal impression for the left kidney. The superior border is notched. You can see the notches present in the superior border, and the inferior border does not have any notch. And this is the hilum of spleen. The lienorenal ligament is present at this area, containing the tail of pancreas, and this impression is for the splenic flexure of colon. We have transverse colon and descending colon. In between the transverse colon and descending colon, there is a bent that is called splenic flexure, which is present here. So it has two surfaces. It has two poles and three borders: gastric impression, renal impression, pancreatic and colic impression. And this is the hilum of spleen containing splenic vessels. This is the diaphragmatic surface in contact with the three ribs, 9th, 10th and 11th. This is the largest lymphoid organ present behind the stomach and below the diaphragm. It is present like this. This is fundus of stomach and it is present here. It is like this. This is very, very important to hold spleen in anatomical position. The long axis of spleen is directed at an angle of 45 degrees with the horizontal, such that the anterior pole is directed downwards and laterally.